Ah, Peter, you always did have a scrotum on you, boy. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. We're in the penultimate match of this 3v3 season. I am currently at 3 and 4. I had a pretty rough couple first weeks. You guys can go watch all about that in previous episodes on this channel. And today we're doing, it's the Thanksgiving special in a way, just because I'm visiting relatives. I can't stream or anything, can't do anything. So I'm still gonna do my attacks, and I recorded all of them. I think maybe we missed one or two. I'm not totally sure, but one way or another, I'm gonna show you what I have and the results and everything. So let's jump into the situation. There's really not much going on here, actually, folks. I think all we're gonna show you, yeah, here are my defensive squads. But I think I just let them roll over. Maybe I changed something though. I was gonna be showing you guys my defense results, some of them at least. So I might have changed something. I don't know what. It's probably something super epic and amazing though. But yeah, I didn't take screenshots for this one, really. Like, this is what I had last week, or last match, which we did win, by the way. So in the semifinals, we gotta get to the finals if we want to end the season with a winning record, as crazy as it sounds. That being said, here, folks, let's see. Yeah, just a reminder that if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is like, subscribe, comment, do something to help mount the algorithm. It has been such a pleasure, such a privilege to be supported by everyone here, and it is truly, truly appreciated. That being said, let's jump into the fighting right now. I think this is it, folks. Okay, so no, we're not doing any live footage this time because I was just recording from my phone, so it's all just kind of a weird aspect ratio as well. But let's get down to business. The Huns aren't going to defeat themselves. So I think I was just showing my opponent has a really high dodge cron. I don't know what number it was. I mean, gosh, we're on the very edge of 5v5 starting. I'm trying to get all these videos done, and I don't remember what he had, but he was higher than 80, certainly. And so we've got the datacrons. We've got the datacron that gives my Kylo extra accuracy. And look at this. He hit Kylo all 5 times, which means if armor survives, I could actually get an armor shred on Lord Vader, which I did, which is amazing. So good. 50% of his armor is just gone right now. Really impactful. So, yeah. I mean, we could have even potentially... Yeah, I think we could have gotten a 3rd stack of Beskar, but I didn't want to risk that with armor. So the main objective here, guys, is I also have an accuracy arrow, so we're gonna hit almost every time, even if my opponent has a lot of dodge. And we've got like 80% accuracy right now, just between the cron and everything. And the goal here, guys, is to kill the ads. If we can kill the ads, that's always the goal. Now, my opponent did ask my friend Arsenal, I guess they're friends. He asked, "Why did Xaereth have play such a weak defense?" And I don't know. You place. I've told you guys all of this a lot of times, but we place a lot of good defenses in 5v5. In 3v3, it's more about trying to trip people up and force them into mistakes because there's such a long slog. It doesn't always work against the caliber of opponents that I'm facing, but in this case, I even just got a one-shot here, which is fairly rare. I would say I usually fail against their Lord Vaders at some point, but I think that armor shred just really, really helped, actually. Something that we have to look into. Now, Yeah, the goal was to double tap if necessary, and I got the one shot, which I'm not gonna complain. Now they have the Ray-Ben Holdo squad here, which means we need to, if possible, just use Starkiller to take him out, and it's fairly smooth actually, guys. So Rey is getting all this mastery as long as she's inspired. So we needed to kind of control the situation so that Rey. We don't want Rey to get another turn. Yeah, she's about to get another turn here. You can see her bonus turn meter. So she doesn't have Inspired, though, so she can actually be affected by things like Stagger, which is what I just did. I was like, oh, no, I need to make sure that that works. And so we get her into damage immunity here, and then we want to get everyone else into damage immunity as well. It just takes a while to kind of cycle through all the debuffs and try to get everything done. And then, okay, so she goes into ult, and that's great. Let's get rid of all of her Inspired while she's in ult, so she's not gaining a bunch of extra mastery. And one really important thing here to note, folks, I think that that's offense down as well. I always forget which buffs look like. Like, offense down looks exactly the same as dots, or really similar. So, but she's debuffed, even if that's not offense down. She's also debuffed, which means she's only doing 50% of her normal damage against Starkiller squads. And so now we take out Ben, and then we don't want Palp to take a turn. So eventually we the Star Destroyer of Healing comes, and we manage to take him out. And you guys can see the 2/3 of the squads that are hanging out. I'll try to fix the aspect ratio a little bit. Okay, so he's got this Malgus squad, and I was like, okay, this is easy enough. We're gonna use our Sith Eternal Emperor here. Like, I've been soloing this. That's not a big deal. We can do this. So I linked the two characters that I didn't want to be able to crit, that I wanted to steal their protection, and I mean, honestly, probably would have been wise to try to steal some of the Sith Empire Troopers' protection, because he's got a crazy amount, as it turns out, at Relic 9. So we kill the Sith Marauder and Malgus, and then notice, so I'm doing like 7,000, 8,000 damage here, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't have like that crazy. Like, I guess he's got some armor and all that. Like, it's pretty good. Every time we do a debuff to him under Malgus lead, so every time we do the basic, we're putting shock on him, he is healing for 10% of his health and protection. Now, the health doesn't heal because of the shock, but the protection does. And what that means is every time we hit him, he's healing. He has 180k protection, and so we're doing 9,000 damage every hit, which means he's healing for double what I'm doing. We do the like we're kind of ramping up a little bit. If we had like 20 more minutes, we'd eventually kill him, but I did not see this coming. This is from the title card, of course, the thumbnail, and we just timed out. Very impressive. Just totally ruined me. Can't believe that happened. Okay, so apparently I had it at 1x speed for some reason. So we're going to leave that squad alone for a little bit. Use Jedi Master Luke here to try to take down this Starkiller squad with Darth Revan lead. It's a little bit scary, a little bit intimidating. Darth Revan lead with crew. I mean, it's all over the place, but it's pretty strong, and it's got the unaligned Force user and everything. I kind of like that comp, especially because Starkiller makes Darth Revan plus 70 speed. I mean, Darth Revan can be really fast anyways. You can like almost as fast as Mara Jade in some cases, and so it's just kind of nice. It's fun to see these weird comps. I decided, I mean, as a Starkiller squad, it's close enough to a Galactic Legend that we can use our own. Like, Jedi Master Luke's kind of the weakest of the Galactic Legends anyways, so we might as well do that. And then, alright, we don't have Stormtrooper here. He's on defense with Thrawn and Gideon, and that squad has really done a whole huge amount on offense, or on defense for me, but I wanted to try it a little bit this season. And he's got, I mean, my opponent's got all the relics, right? I mean, you guys have seen, I can't quite compete with his relics, but But we have such a mechanical advantage here with Iden. It's not much question that we're gonna get decent banners here, even without Stormtrooper. Short Trooper's still okay. Alright, so we've got the Sith Eternal, or Sith Empire Trooper, and what I wanted to do, guys, is just make sure that I get max banners. And so we're just going to use Mando under Bosk lead so that we're not going to take much damage. We can just maybe stun or something, or, you know, we can regenerate at the very least, get that real quick disintegrate. Because I was like, man, I don't know what can just reliably chew through that crazy thick Relic 9 Sith Empire Trooper. Now we did have Jabba back there here. Hold on a sec. Let me try to get this going here. Let's back it up just a little bit. Oh, here's a slight spoiler for what squad I'm gonna use. Surprise. Okay. Just wanted you guys to see. The scrolling bar is just really tiny here. Okay, so they've got Jabba, they've got a Tarkin lead with with the TIE pilot, they've got Phasma, all kinds of fun stuff. So alright, looks like that's not gonna mess with the viewing of things. We could probably do that. Alright. Just keep it this way. Just trying to figure out what we want to be able to see all the abilities though, don't we? Okay. Sorry for all the in-video adjustments here, folks. So we're using Kenobi Cat here. And so we killed Chrysanthemum the first time. Now we gotta take out Boosh if we can. There we go. Boosh! How you like them apples? Now we gotta kill Chrysanthemum a second time, and then hopefully take out the Hut. This is a Relic 9 Chrysanthemum with the Omicron, so that means another 40% extra protection. He also negates my potency by 30% right now. Alright, so we're getting armor shreds on him. We really don't want to spend a huge amount of time on him, but we don't really have much of a choice. Like, notice the damage we're doing. Like, we're barely doing anything to him. He's just such a thick fellow, and gosh, this is stressful, guys. This is rough. Just gotta take him out, but how do you take out this thick of a Chrysanthemum? Relic 9, you know, got good armor on the Kron and everything, and I don't know, it's good we already killed him once. We had to kill him twice, it'd be rough. And then I just randomly, just full health and protection, Cat ramped up enough and just took him out, apparently. I mean, all those armor shreds were pretty instrumental. So getting some armor shreds on Jabba here, and he's actually already under 50% health, which is pretty incredible already. Try to get that healing immunity on him eventually. Let's see, he's got all those stacks of protection going. But, alright. Just keep ramping. Cat. Oh, you don't need to. 57. Good to go. Had me nervous for a little bit, but we're good to go. Alright, let's use Wampa here, apparently, against this Newt team. Yeah, so this is Jail Newt. It's a tough team to beat against, you know, with a lot of different teams. So, Wampa, this can be a little bit nerve-wracking, especially, I think my opponent, you know, this one only has a Relic 7 Jingo, but I faced some opponents of Relic 8 on him, and, I mean, they just hit so hard, and they go so much faster than Wampa sometimes, and it's just a tricky thing. You got to take out Jango first, if possible, and then everything is hunky-dory. I hate that phrase, apparently. I feel reluctant to ever say it again, folks. So we're trying, I mean, they don't have enough firepower now to kill me, but I mean, it's still just withering barrage of firepower. It's no fun. Probably I would be better off just paying my extortion. I don't know. They can't crit me at this point. Okay, I killed Newt, and now we can just take out B1. No issues. Another happy landing. This team is pretty problematic. I mean, Relic 8 on Wampa with a bunch of health is pretty useful, though, obviously. And there it is. Okay, let's see. It's Commander Luke squad. So, I mean, only relic 7 on Luke. We got to take out Luke with, we're getting his troopers. And, I mean, for a long time people just forgot that Luke could die to troopers. Oh, and look at this, dude. Doesn't even have C-3PO on the squad. He has R2-D2, which was like, oh, that is so weird, man. Like, it just messed with me a little bit. And, I mean, at the end of the day, it was all good. Just, people forget that Commander Luke is... he just gets deleted. Totally deleted by troopers a lot of times, as long as your Dark Trooper can do enough damage. Okay, so Qui-Gon team here, and after evaluating everything, we killed the Hutt, which is important, obviously. And this is a really good Qui-Gon team. I decided to just take my Jedi Training Ray, and we just go and get the easy kill, because this is the only team, this is the most threatening team left alive. I'm trying to find a way to, I want to maximize my banners. And yeah, okay, so I held my heel up until this point. There we go. 57, pretty easy banners. I don't really regret taking a third character there, to be honest. That heal from Holdo is pretty nice. Alright, so I realized after I did that I didn't really have a great answer to this Adrad team. However, in 3s, you don't have to have, like, Traya can usually beat this Adrad team. It's kind of a scary race a little bit. You can put isolate on the tank, and then you just gotta pull through and eventually kill Adrad. But yeah, I mean, it usually works. But I've seen it also. I've seen it fail. In 5s, it's a whole lot more dicey. It's a lot more scary. It doesn't always work. In 3s, I mean, you can usually make your plans based around it. Poor old Jin's like, oh, maybe if I revive Adrad, and I'm like, sorry, there will be no revival. Alright, let's take him down. I think we only need one more big hit from Scion to be able to get all of his protection back, at least. Come on, Nihilus, when are you gonna get ready, bud? It's a pretty thick K2SO. He's only relic 5, but still pretty thick. A thick fellow. 55 banners with Traya. It's usually the most you can hope for. And then, I don't know, you had a Kenobi with Cat team? Did I just see that right? No, it's probably like a Padmé team. Alright, he had TIE Fighter pilot with the cool Datacron. And so I just used Hux to gun him down immediately because there wasn't a pre-taunt to protect him. Which is kind of a blunder on my opponent's part, actually. No shade, just pointing it out. Because Hux can immediately just delete TIE Pilot before TIE Pilot does anything. Yeah, okay, so it's a Padmé squad up top. I was like, what? How is there snips? It looked like a GK or a Jedi Master Kenobi team, though. Because he had Padmé. Alright, we couldn't see Padmé. I could just see the snips and Mace. I was like, wow, that is crazy. Okay, so it's tricky using this squad here. I mean, he's got decent relics on everyone, and this is the best Padmé build on defense, in my opinion. And so there's like this weird mix of you just want to do basics, because if you call someone to assist, then you give them undispellable protection up. However, if you don't call people to assist against this build, in particular, or with this build of Jedi Revan, like, you're not going to get very far. You can see my guys are just kind of floundering here. And so, trying to find the right mix of assists and just doing basics is pretty key. I haven't found it yet, apparently. Let's do a basic with Jolie, apparently, too. That's fancy of us. And, yeah, okay, so finally took him out. Good. Look at how close Jolee is to death. He's like the one I took him so that we could actually keep him alive, keep everyone else alive. He almost died himself before anyone else could. Alright, we gotta take out Snips here. And I guess we'll just mark her. It's taking a while. Come on, guys. You got this, maybe. You might not. Alright, now we just do a lot of basics. We can do the revive/heal from Jolee. And the question is, are we okay? Like, I guess I could try to get my banners back here. If I'm calling everyone to assist, that's pretty nice to be able to get that. Or am I okay with just getting mediocre banners? 55. Alright, we got through it. I was a little bit worried, actually, when I was looking at my roster, to come to think of it, because I didn't have that much more that could deal with a Padmé squad like that. So he places Profundity and Xaereth on defense, of course. It's like an exact mirror of what I place. And oh, look at that. Did I just duplicate this video? That looks pretty fancy. Let's skip forward here then. Alright. So now we get to the most awesome blunder ever. They have so they're gonna kill me here. And then they have Foresight. I didn't realize all of them would have Foresight. I mean, I should have realized that. So I pop Merciless after they've killed me once, and immediately realize that when I do the AoE, that's it. That's the end of the line. And then they just kill me. Embarrassing. Terrible. Like, that was absolutely my fault. Especially because I had BAM available. And they're taking a lot of turns here, but they're not doing a huge, crazy amount of damage. I mean, Queel's kind of feeling it a little bit, but we've got an app for that. We've got an ability for that. And I guess we could give that to IG as well, because they triggered it. We finally get a word in Edgewise. Keep in mind, this is the Phasma Kron, and with Phasma and OG Kylo, like they actually get way more turns than I had initially imagined. Gosh, look at how close we are to just taking out Phasma. We really need to take her out if we want to stop that turn meter train. So finally took her out. And now we can actually, I don't know, maybe do something decent. Gosh. Phasma, you can almost get an endless loop with Phasma though, guys. It's pretty impressive if you ask me. Even in 3v3 with Phasma and Kylo, like you just keep going. It's pretty neat. Alright. OG Kylo's a bit of a pain, but we got the cleanup. Only dropped one additional banner to the other blunder fails that I had used. Alright, let's use, I guess, Padmé against this Sortie squad. Sure, why the heck not? Yeah, so they're doing some damage here though. Don't love that. Okay, we've got what, 12 stacks here, so let's try to take out BB-8 where we can, or try to take out. We want to get rid of that mechanics favor. But that's not what it's called. Someone else has an ability called that. Whatever the no matter what you get a revive ability is on Sortie squads. I'm gonna get rid of that, and then get rid of the VIP as quick as we can. She doesn't like reassign VIP. VIP just goes away, and now we just have to wait. We have to bide our time till we get to a point where we can do enough damage to her. And Mace is really nice here, because even if it takes forever to chew through her, he's slowly eroding her total health pool with a shatter point. And we have enough time. We can get through this eventually. Yeah, 56, pretty good banners actually. 56 is pretty dang good. And then one last fight. They've got this Embo lead squad. And of course, you know, the Embo Datacron. So putting on putting on some fun. I don't know. He's just got like leftover bounty hunters. It's not that interesting, I guess. But remember when they did end up killing, who was it? Was that Pow? They're actually doing like we're on the brink here, folks. We're not doing great. Yeah. So Pow's almost gone. We can't kill Embo. Like all of his health pool goes into protection here. Okay, so do the saber toss, heal up my squad just a little bit. Well, it doesn't heal him up because he doesn't have Jedi Knight, but okay, just barely got through it. Thank goodness. And all right, now we've got ships. I think we actually end up skipping. There's one fleet battle that we don't do at the very, very end. Just because I don't know. I know I recorded it, but it didn't send or something, and I decided not to go back for it. Alright, so this is the scary one where IG-88 is Relic 9, and my Plo is the same speed as him. Luckily, though, I did have a fast enough... my Plo won the coin flip, so that's good. Winning the coin flip is always nice feeling. And that meant I could put the taunt onto the Clone Sergeant. Clone Sergeant is still actually alive somehow. Usually Clone Sergeant has died by now. So this is an unprecedented success on my end. And now we have to find a way to get past this, probably Relic 9 Bosk. I don't remember what my opponent has. We got the debuff on Houndstooth, but Houndstooth was able to shoot it off. Damn it all. Damn that man. Reapply the taunt onto Clone Sergeant here. There's no taunt left on Houndstooth, so we gotta deal with that. We're in stealth actually for Anakin's shot, and then Snips is able to dispel. I guess let's take out Slave here. And we took out one of the stacks, one of the lives of Razor Crest, and I'm like, man, they're gonna get a turn here pretty dang soon. So let's, yeah, okay, so they destroy the Death Star. Not great. Look at how close we are, though, guys. We are super close to taking him out. And Snips just, like, decided she couldn't kill him, and what a dispiriting thing, guys. We were so close. Even after our ship got destroyed, like, they don't even have any reinforcements. Like, Snips should have just killed him. He was in the red with some bonus protection. I don't know what the deal is. Like, how does she not? She's Relic 7. I mean, yes, she could be Relic 8 or 9 or whatever, but it's just so obnoxious. Alright. 6 banners in the defeat. What a silly number. Alright, apparently, okay, so I didn't stop recording for this, so you guys can just see me selecting all of the things. Yeah, so we're going to use the Empire fleet here. I need to try the version with Gauntlet to start with. That's going to be something I do this next upcoming season when I face Radishes, but I mean, you guys have seen me do this a few times at this point. You just want everyone to stay alive for a little bit, at least. And, okay, so huge blunder on my end, guys. One thing that I learned, and we learned this in the last GAC, my last GAC match I switched, but you don't want to do the AoE with Tarkin. You want to just do the basic, because you want Daze to stay on Outrider. You can see Outrider now, I mean, had Daze, but because of Millennium Falcon, it got dispelled, and it made the Outrider assist more, do more important things, and so it's just better to do a basic, so the Outrider just keeps the Daze from the bomber, and it makes a lot of sense now that I have been thinking about it. So okay, I do the AoE here with the ties, take out Outrider, wonderful. Oh, Ghost just folded. Guess we'll try to take out the Phantom. And we're pretty close to getting our ultimate here, guys. Just one turn. Alright. and the ties don't miss. So take out that ship. Got a 67. Pretty cool stuff, I suppose. Let's see. Okay, so let's use Finalizer, and I don't think I took reinforcements here. Maybe I took one. Maybe I took more. You guys, I didn't notice. I'm tired, guys. It's very sleepy. Just get this recorded and go the F to bed. So now we're just ramping up damage as much as we can. We don't want to take a lot of reinforcements because we're trying to pinch banners, right? And I mean, if it's just Houndstooth, we can get through it eventually. As long as they don't find some way to kill our silencer, we should be fine. So just keep passing turns to silencer, and all those assists, eventually he'll just ramp up and kill the whole town, which is the best option. That's the one that'll make everyone the happiest. Alright, 143k damage. Starting to really get some good damage here. So I didn't do the big hit there because I didn't have advantage. You want advantage to do that because you don't crit. You don't have a high crit chance or crit rate. All right, 49. That means we only dropped what, 4 in the cleanup. That's not too bad. And then, of course, the total blank screen because apparently I just didn't show my attack. Like I think I used. Well, I think I used Malevolence against that fleet. Nothing too crazy. So let's go back and I can show you the final results here. Here's the intro slide. All right, here's the outro. So here's my final score after taking out that fleet. Almost 2,000, not quite. So we dropped about 80 something banners. That means I needed him to drop at least 3 fights probably along the way. He did put quite a bit on defense compared to what he normally did. So I was like, I think he might struggle a little bit. I'm not sure. So I just happened to be on when he was attacking, and I guess you guys can't see this. When I made this, though, the screenshot was actually something you guys could see. Okay, so you guys will just have to deal with that. And then he failed twice on my Malgus team, or he failed once on my Malgus team. He tried. I forget what he used, but it obviously didn't work, and he had to use a Galactic Legend. And I was like, ooh, that's a good sign, because the thing that he used was probably pretty strong, and he probably couldn't really afford to lose it, especially with all the different teams that I had available. Let's see. So then a little bit later, he attacked and failed against this is my back zone now. He failed against my Darth Revan team. He got the cleanup, a pretty clean cleanup if I remember correctly. But he failed twice. He was still in decent shape. Like, he was starting to be inefficient and dropping banners, but I mean, I was a little bit inefficient myself. And I needed him to drop one more fight. And that eventually did occur here on my CLS team. I have no idea what he used, but he failed twice, and with that was minus 30 banners, and that meant I think he was mathematically excluded from winning at that point. So I didn't get an overall photo. I looked and looked, guys. It just doesn't exist, I'm sorry to say. And so here's my final thoughts. Anyways, I'm glad I got a few holds after being pretty defensively impotent and not doing that well. Yeah, my opponent just didn't attack, by the way. After he attacked and failed twice against CLS, he was just done. So after struggling a little bit this last season on defense, my opponent did not clear me, and that felt good. So with this win, I'm back in the top 100 now. I'm 4-4, so one more win, a win in the finals against another account that's another like million above where I'm at. Like this opponent, every opponent was like 1 million GP more than me, but that's fine. This was the day after Thanksgiving, so he attacked and failed and just called it good. I don't blame him at all. It was a good match. Good job, Zox. I'm sure he'll destroy me next time. He's pretty regularly in the top 100, top 50. So I'll see him around again, I'm sure. So, that being said, folks, I'm going to call it good here. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Can we get to a winning record by the end of the season is the question, folks. Alright, take care. Get excited for the 5v5 season that's about to transpire. Later.